In the midst of unboxing, it is unboxed actually, my Viofo A329S S3 channel with a fisheye interior that I will be using these memory disks. The 256 high endurance used to be the best one, but now the max endurance is $45 and the best one. This one's only like 24 bucks, which I think I paid 21 bucks for it. It's adequate because I'll be using the 1 terabyte as my primary storage. So this one guy, he plugged it all in to test it outside of the car, which allows him to test everything before he gets in the car. And that's what I'm going to do. Lens covers on until I test it. Sometimes these are lemons. That's the little GPS unit that slides in. Installing this on a car can be helpful in terms of encouraging good citizenship. Passersby and stickums that I will be using. Here are the wires. There's one USB-C. Here's the long one to go to the back. Here's this one, the interior cabinet one. The UV filter, CPL filter. Here's the cigarette lighter line, which I may end up having to resort to, but I hope not. It's just a USB to USB. Shall complete my unboxing. Now I shall test. Which side is it? You can never tell. I believe it's going to be like this. Let's see. Yep, it goes in smoothly. The primary line. So this to the interior fisheye lens. This should be going all the way to the rear glass, back of the car. I've done this before. It's a bit tedious, but it is quite doable. Labeled rear to rear. These are a little bit delicate. You gotta be careful. Interior. You can tell which one is fisheye because one of the lenses bulges out. So this one bulges out. So that's the interior cabinet. In case you didn't know, it says right there, interior cabinet, fisheye. There it is. And this one clicks on there. And this one, do that for now. This USB, I believe this is a data USB cable, so this should be adequate to the power, which is right here, there. And then this is for the USB, isn't it? So let me proceed to program it then. Okay, so I'm going to insert this. 1, 2. So it's downloaded.
9. So to confirm exactly which firmware the camera is currently running, you would actually turn the screen on if it's not on already. The camera should reboot. Now we can format the micro SD card, but it really isn't necessary for this particular case. And I'm going to switch over to don't format it.
GMT -1. Okay, now we're done. Multiplex, please. Yes. Now we're done, I think. When I point like this, for point like this, should be the interior cam. I will need to reverse, looks like. I think I'm ready to install. The first step in installation of the camera system will be to determine the optimal placement of the primary unit, this unit here. It is designed to be like this, like a wedge. It is ideal to avoid this, this area. And from the driver's side, I want to hide it behind this mirror. I want to be as central as possible while being able to access the buttons while driving if necessary, including especially the power ports and especially the SD ports, as well as the buttons. But at the same time, I want to not see it while I'm driving. Maybe about right here. First, wipe this area down a little bit with this wet one, and a little bit with the cotton fiber. Wipe it down with some alcohol next. Dust off of it. Go. Fresh. 1002, 1003, 1000. Fairly obscured. Now I can install my UV filter. Remove the lens protection. CPL. Like so, right? And I can peel off the CPL protector like so. And I can peel off this like so. The unit into place like so. Now the interior fisheye camera. Here's the interior fisheye camera because it's bulging out, and it also says interior fisheye camera right there. Same thing, but this time I'm going to cut two pieces like so. And like so. That should be the last bit of cutting I need to do, right? Maybe there. Approximately there. I may end up having to flip the camera, it looks like. So right there, that's where I want it. Just like that. So, yeah, it's just a matter of placing it, isn't it? Get off, but there I got it off. We just place it. 1,000, 2, 15. Okay, then the fisheye lens cover there. Now this part, I'll tuck it in. This interior plugs in like that. Go ahead and as you can see, I've almost made it all the way to the rear pillar here, all by hand. So it's going along very nicely. I'm going to use the tucker to make sure it's shoved in nice and deep enough so it doesn't squirt out at some point. So far, rather satisfying tucking experience. Maybe a non-tuckable zone there. May not be able to make the jump there. I have to just go right down the center and then just have the camera cable go down straight down the center. But if I can come along the side and sneak in, it's much more out of the way, you see. I need a space, a coil, in which to insert this coil. So it's either here, or here. Is there room in that panel for this massive coil? I insert the coil in here instead. I shall insert the coil down this corridor instead. So we've reached the center. The hardest part is done, okay? We want this, you see? On it about like that, right? About like that. 15,000. We're good. Plug in my shedder. It's plugged in. Hard part is done, I think. Yeah, it's just some minor adjustments. And there's the rear camera. Might be a bit a jaunt. The important thing is this section here. When I close the door, I have to make sure I don't crunch that in between the casing. How to do the hard wiring. I do have the HK4 hardwiring kit, and I do have the appropriate ATO ATS plug-in to the fuse. And I did notate which fuse I'd want to put in, but I have this OBD up to 12.4. So I would love for this to be able to work using OBD connection alone. This OBD connection I've confirmed is just channel 4.5 ground, channel 16 power. It should not interfere with the OBD computer at all, which is what you want to look for. Just insert it into the OBD system to find my OBD outlet. Here it is. So I've plugged it into the OBD outlet. It's lighting up the way it should. Now you can see. Now I just have to do more tucking. Now it's all USB. can see what I'm doing. I'm just shoveling this fat USB cable. Here's the coil. Looks like the good place to tuck in that coil is going to be right in this airbag. But there, it's tucked. I see the power on. Okay, it says it's recording. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the views. Power this camera down. The deed is pretty much done. There is the peel off of the interior fisheye right there. There is the rear camera. I think it's positioned more or less. Here is the primary. I can't get that off, so I think it's stuck. There's a lot of wires coming out. This messy one is going into this eyeglass compartment because I got tucked in here my 1 terabyte SanDisk main external line, more or less tucked in a messy manner. You can see it from the passenger side, but you can't see much of the messiness on the driver's side. The lines are otherwise tucked, except for that little section right there. You have to be looking for it to find it, but I think that is the end of the installation. This voltage, I can read it from the driver's side, 12.5. Turn off around 12.4. It's 12.5, but it is turned off when I turn the car on. They're supposed to power on. There it goes. Bit of a delay. There, it powers on. The Wi-Fi briefly connected. Wi-Fi is enabled. Now it says recording 3 channels started. And it is multiplexed in recording. Then when I turn off the car, and it's a bit of a delay, but there it goes. Power's off. So it appears to be working adequately, despite this little tangle of wires right here. I might do some zip tying to finish the job, but more or less that's the complete installation of this Viofo A329S with the interior fisheye capability, 4K, 2K, 2K, 30 FPS dash cam. So in broad daylight, how will the image pickup reflections and all that be at night? Will the HDR be working after 6 p.m.? Those are the things I want to test. As well as the automatic on-off. The other question is, should I risk turning on the parking mode, depleting my battery to some degree? I'm going to consider what to get while I gas up this car at McDonald's. Gas lines are indeed manageable. Manageable gas lines. In fact, there is even an opening here, right here. I shall take. Gassing up is complete now. Whether I should folder, will I see a file for each camera plus the multiplex, or will I see just the multiplex? That will be somewhat critical. In case of an accident or something, you do wish that we'll see all 4 files, right? Because you want to be able to see the big, large files, 4K or I guess 2K files of interest. You want to be able to see the 2K files of each setup. Hello.
Buenas tardes, señor.
Ah, thank you. Gracias.
¿Cómo está usted?
Okay.